Alright, so I'm trying to figure this out. To see here, high frequency, low frequency. I don't know. I think these are burned up. Because, yeah, I'm only getting something on one part of it. Okay. So I just wasted some more time buying some crap from Goodwill. And there's no way to get inside of these very easily because they're sealed. And, so this would normally separate the highs and the lows. I wonder if there's something burned up in the crossover. So now I'm going to have to sit here and figure out which one's burned up. So the good news is I've got continuity on all of the woofers and the tweeter. This could be that. Literally, I could wind one of these if I had to. But I think I might be noticing some like a cold solder joint on here. So like all things at Goodwill, people usually donate them when they're broken. And I would guess the guys in the back tested these and said, oh, okay, $24 for this one, $17 for this. Well, I don't know, this one's missing part of the leg. So what it looks like is the crossover just doesn't work on the high frequency part. So the way these are designed, I guess, is high frequencies up here, and then you have your low frequency here. And if you use an amp that has bi-wiring, you can put your highs and your lows, send them differently. I think that's just too complicated. But it's missing one of these, so we'd have to jumper these. But we see a little funky crap there. I might just have to pull this board off of here and just check, like look for what appears to be a cold solder joint right there. Looks like it to me. They all look kind of suspect actually, but let's see here. Just regular screws, so let me get that off of there. Well, we now have the production date, 11/26/2008. It looks fine. Like they just left some stuff behind. Yeah, I don't see anything too obvious, so we'll just test it again now that I've got a little better access. So I just observed something interesting. So there is no reading on this one either for the high frequency. So I'm not sure if it's because there's a blocking capacitor on here that stops us from reading that. But we indeed do see on here everything looks okay. I'm really confused, but I don't know a lot about these. We have 0.51 microhenries on one, but our tweeter goes in through here to here, and then that goes over here into this capacitor. These are going to be non-polarized capacitors, I think. a 2.4 50 volt non-polarized. It says NP. So we use non-polarized in tattoo stuff also. It's across these two, which is also across that one, which goes over here. So I'm not really sure what they got going on here. I'd have to see the circuit design. I kind of like reverse engineer it if I had to, but since they both test the same, I'm assuming the negative goes in through here. It goes all the way through there. There's no stopping it. And then this one here goes through over here to the end of that sandbar resistor up to here, which then goes into this capacitor. The capacitor goes across here, and then that goes into this coil right here. And then, let's see, that looks like that comes out over here. The coil is across the two things with a capacitor in between, so it blocks that. Okay, and then so where do we have another capacitor across here, and then that one feeds the output right here to the tweeter. So you're basically coming in here through the sandbar, through the capacitor, over to the coil, across the coil. Let me see. What is this other wire here? The coil. This is strange to me, so maybe I'm misunderstanding something here. I don't really get it. But I'll have to look at it a little bit harder. So yeah, I guess the coil is shunted across to block certain frequencies. The capacitor only allows AC voltage to go across in two different places. So it feeds through here, there, and the coil and one capacitor and a coil are in parallel. And then at the output of that, no wait, it's not in parallel. It's across it. The capacitor is in series with the coil, but it's also paralleled with another capacitor over here to the output. So I think that this thing is, because of the way it's designed, you won't read anything. It'll look like it's shorted open, because the ohm meter is sending DC voltage to measure the resistance. So you won't be able to, because the capacitor is going to block the DC voltage. So I'm sure that when we measure here, we see, as I've already tested, but we'll see if I can hold this and do this at the same time. We will see probably okay, I guess I can't do it. Hold on. Six symptom ohms out of the tweeter. So yeah, we'll just fire them up and see if they work.